Welcome to this new tutorial. In these tutorials, I will be explaining how neural networks work. Neural networks are the basics of artificial intelligence and are widely used in this sector of technology. Neural networks are computer systems inspired by the biological networks that constitute brains. They are not an algorithm, but they are the framework for machine learning algorithms because they process complex data inputs. Here we have an index of what we'll be covering. Firstly, we'll talk about neural networks and their fundamentals, then the types of neural networks, the architecture of them, the multilayer neural networks that will be deeply introduce these networks, and we also be seeing the calculations we must do it for updating and training the neural network. And then finally we'll learn how to train our neural networks. Also, I will explain some optimization algorithms for creating a fast and efficient neural network that learns fast. And finally, I will talk about the modern uses that neural networks are currently having in companies such as Amazon, Nvidia, or even Google. So, introduction. What is an artificial neural network? As I said, they are computer systems inspired by biological networks that constitute brains. They are used for machine learning algorithms, as I said, and the most important fact is that they learn. They have an artificial learning process that we create with computers. They simulate a brain, and they are based on a collection of nodes called artificial neurons, which try to model the neurons in a biological brain. Each connection also will have will transmit a signal from one neuron to another, and in biology they are called synapses. So there are different ways to train a neural network and to learn. The first is the supervised learning. That is, it differs from the others because it has labeled data, and this consists on we know the response that the neural network must have when we train it, okay, and it will try to learn with that error that the neural network has. It is used for classification and regression problems, and it will use backpropagation for learning. Then we have unsupervised learning, okay. There is, as in contraposition from the supervised, it doesn't have a desired output, so we will need to find patterns and structures without a solution, okay, and these patterns will be get by the clustering and anomaly detection, and also they are used for association and autoencoders. Then finally we have the reinforcement learning, that this learning tries to improve the performance for next generations, because we have agents in a generation, okay, that take actions towards a goal that we will define, and we will give rewards to the best agents that achieve this goal, okay. So the overall aim of this learning is to have the best reward, okay, because if there is a best reward, we will have best individuals in the generation. And reinforcement learning, we have an example of an algorithm that is called genetic algorithm that tries to use the human genes to achieve the learning. And the reward is the fitness, that we create a function that when an object is doing well the goal, it will have a better fitness. And reinforcement learning is widely used in game AI. So now, what artificial neural networks are currently being used? The first and the neural network that we will deeply go into it are the feed-forward neural networks. As you see here in the image, we have here a neural network, okay, that I will be explaining after, and also the calculations we must do it for the train. Then we have the convolutional neural network, and this neural network it has some inputs, okay, and with some filters that the neural network has, it will give us some outputs. This is used, for example, Google for autonomous driving is using these neural networks, and also other networks, and they are widely used for speech recognition and for computer vision as the feed-forward neural network. But the feed-forward is more simple than the convolutional. And then we have the radial basis function neural network. In the recurrent neural network, this is also widely used because it has long-term memory from the previous neurons. As you see here, it differs from the others because it has like a little memory from the other neuron, and he elaborates the new value for the next neuron with the previous neuron. And then we have the recurrent neural network. This is a mixture of the previous neural network because it includes a lot of neural networks. Depending on the inputs, it will execute and train different neural networks, as you see here, called modules. And finally, we have the coherent neural network. This network has two layers, and one with the inputs and the other for creating the response.